Okay, so, what'd you have for breakfast?
Nothing. Coffee, sugar, caffeine.
All right, Connie.
I ate crayons for breakfast as usual.
All right. Keep talking.
I can't hear them through my mic. Is that okay right now?
I couldn't hear them either. That's why I needed them to
Yeah,
keep
I
talking.
can't either. Yeah.
Keep talking.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going, Leslie? What's going on? Isn't it great? It's great to have Pat here, by the way.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
so happy that Pat's here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. You're getting a hip replacement? Oh, for your dog. Oh. Yeah, you love that dog like a person. I'm the exact same way.
Yeah, dogs are part of the family.
I'm good.
Dogs are people.
I need you to
All right.
continue talking.
Yeah, that's me. Can you hear me?
What's your name? How are you
Patrick.
doing?
Pat O'Donnell. He's one of the founding co-hosts of the show.
I got your audio. I just
All
need
right.
you to keep talking.
You
so I
got
can-
me? Testing. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Everything should be good.
1, 2,
Jessica,
3.
are you here? Oh, let me. Jessica?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
I can hear Jessica.
All right.
Can everybody hear Jessica? Did
I
they
heard
hear
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Good morning, Jessica.
Oh,
Jessica.
Good morning.
Jessica, Pat O'Donnell here. How you been?
Hi. Good.
Are we live now?
no,
No.
I'm about to go
No,
back
not
to.
yet.
Okay.
No, not yet.
We're just
I
doing the
didn't
sound
think
checks.
Sounds so sweet with the sun sinking low. The moon so bright, like to light up the night. Make everything alright. Baby's hungry and the money's all gone. The folks back home don't wanna talk on the phone. She gets so long letters, sends back a postcard. Times are hard. Oh, down in Mexico. I've never really been, so I don't really know. Oh, Mexico. I guess I'll have to go. Oh, Mexico. I've never really been, but I sure like to go. Then whoa, Mexico. I guess I'll have to go now. Talking about in Mexico.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to WJOB Veterans Views Radio Show. My name is Connie Karras, your co-host, along with Steve Bramer. How are you, sir?
Good. Good morning. How you doing today?
I am doing great, and we have such a wonderful show this morning. I can't wait to get right into everything. We have a couple of very special guests. We are coming to you live out of Hammond, Indiana, the Strachan Van Til Food Mart studio at 104.7 FM and 12:30 a.m. And also, to follow us live with a live stream this morning, there's a little announcement regarding the website. As I have been announcing for some time now on the show, we are transitioning from the JED TV website to the new WJOB1230.com website. The WJOB1230.com website is down this morning for maintenance because we are making a full transition of our podcasts, live streams, and on-demand shows to the new website. However, you can live stream us this morning because all of the shows and podcasts are still available at www.jedtv.com. And that's Jed, J-E-D, for James E. Deedlow, the station owner. So you can live stream this show right now at jedtv.com/veterans-views.html. Hank, Tom, Mary Lou. Again, that's jedtv.com/veterans-views.html. And you won't be able to comment, but you can call in later in the show when we open up the phone lines. So when we do have that final transition into the new website, we will make that announcement, and the shows will be offline, off air as well as the TuneIn app until about noon today, while they're doing some new maintenance on the new website. And a couple of more announcements, very important announcements. Our co-host, Bobby Rocky Rockwell. I cannot wait to tell everybody about this. He is going to be stateside, coming to Fort Bliss in a couple of days at the end of the month for decompression from his temporary active duty with Operation Inherent Resolve Spartan Shield. He will then, after his decompression at Fort Bliss in Texas, he will be on the first show in September with his family. We cannot wait. The first show in September, we can't wait to welcome you home, Bobby.
And to hear about
Yes.
what he did.
And to hear about what he did indeed.
Because they got rocketed over there. I don't know if he did, but I know they had a bunch of rocket attacks over there. So it would be a very interesting show to find out exactly what happened.
Yes, and they were on lockdown for a while, as many of us know that three of Iran's nuclear sites were bombed, and then they went on lockdown. So I'm sure he'll have a lot to tell us about what he did. And don't ever forget that we still have active members there fighting for our enduring freedom. Also, Joe Simonetto, our wonderful co-host. He is at the Cedarhurst Senior Living Center in Dyer, Indiana, at 1763 Calumet Avenue in Dyer. Please call. He welcomes guests. Call the front desk, or if you have his cell phone, call him, give him a heads up, 219-349-0371, and he is in room 210. And I know, Pat, you said that you had a lift in your vehicle, and you would
Yes,
gladly
I'm
bring
gonna
him to
get
the
him.
show at some point, and we're working
And,
on that. Yes.
And I want to make sure to let me do that for,
Yes.
when I get
Yes.
over there. I
Yes.
told Joe, don't lift up your legs, put them in that thing.
You're going to break them out?
Gonna break them out.
The Great Escape.
Yes.
I got to wait till it gets a little cooler because I don't have air conditioning in that van.
Man, I don't have AC either.
So
It's
I
kinda
want to make
rough.
sure it gets a little cooler and I can pick him up.
Oh, yeah, you got to have AC, no matter.
I might not bring
especially
him back.
Right now. And yes, and so before we, as those who are tuning in on the radio and maybe live streaming, our longtime original founding member Pat O'Donnell is here, and for a very special reason, because we have Jessica Lynch, who Pat interviewed in 2004 with Mr. Joseph Simonetto on the show, as our guest zooming in today. But before we get to this wonderful show, Steve, will you please thank our wonderful Patriot partners?
Yes, definitely. We want to thank these people for keeping the show going. We want to thank American Legion Post 16. They meet the second Tuesday at 6 p.m. at the Munster Town Hall. You can reach them at 219-554-9166. Founding American Legion, Hammond Victory Post 168. They meet the first Tuesday at 6 p.m. at 6849 Columbia Avenue in Hammond. You can reach them at 219-937-4264. Calumet Breweries, 6535 Osborne Avenue in Hammond. You can reach them at 219-845-2242. Calumet Park Cemetery and Funeral Chapel, always supporting our veterans. 2305 West 73rd Avenue in Maryville. Call for special veteran savings on complete burial packages. You can reach them at 219-769-8803 or at the chapel, 219-736-5840. DAV Chapter 17, they meet the first Thursday at 7 p.m. at VFW Post 802, 5820 Holman Avenue in Hammond. DAV Chapter 80, they meet the second Friday in Cedar Lake at American Legion Post 261 at 13050 Washington Street in Cedar Lake. You can reach them at 219-386-2282. DAV Chapter 102, they meet the first Friday at the Fraternal Order of Eagles, 805 Elm Street in Valparaiso. Doors open at 12 p.m. for claims, meeting from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Then claims will start again until they are done. You can reach them at 219-200-0404. Laborers International Union of Local 41, 500 Superior Street, Munster. You can reach them at 219-924-7922. Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 721. They meet the second Thursday at 7 p.m. at Glen F. Reniker, VFW Post 802, 5820 Holman Avenue in Hammond. Family Dental Care. Veterans receive free exams, x-rays, cleanings, as well as 10% discount on all other services. 7 convenient Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana locations. Chicago's east and south sides, Calumet City, Crestwood, Oak Lawn, Munster, with their soon-to-be 8th location at 3929 95th Street in Evergreen Park. Call 219-804-9329 to schedule your appointment in Munster or go to www.familydentalcare.com. Schedule for at other locations.
And excuse me, just really quickly, and they're going to have a 9th location in Griffith, Indiana this year.
Yeah.
Yes, can't wait for that.
That is
Billy.
awesome.
Yes.
Ron J. Pressmer Insurance Company for all your insurance needs, auto, home, life, health, business, and more. 7207 Indianapolis Boulevard, Suite 1 in Hammond. You can reach them at 219-844-0103. Kuziak Construction, 1235 Summer Street in Hammond. You can reach them at 219-923-3007. The Dave Kuziak Show precedes Veterans Views and airs every Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So be sure to tune in to WJOB Jet TV at 104.7 or 12:30 a.m. for your Friday morning programming. Our newest contributor, Heroes Helping Heroes, Northwest Indiana. You can reach them at Heroes Helping Heroes. Wait, what is that?
Heroes Helping Heroes, IN for Indiana.com.
There you go. You can also reach them at 219-670-2501. That's the number for Rich Tokars.
Rich Tokars, yes.
And then 988, the Suicide Crisis Lifeline.
Yes, 988, 3 very, very important digits. This is 24/7, 365. It's completely confidential. If you are in crisis, if you need any type of referral to any type of mental health services, social services for you or your family, call or dial 988. If you're a veteran, call or text 1 and you'll be connected to a veteran. And I cannot say what a wonderful service that is. And again, it's completely confidential. And also on that note,
Don't forget the walk.
don't forget the walk. Yes. You talking about this?
That's right.
Yes, I was just about to. Very important. Next year, July 4th, 2026, is our 205th anniversary of our birthday of the amazing United States of America, hoorah. And the American Legion has a USA 250 challenge. Our outgoing commander of the American Legion, National Commander James A. LaCour, CA Jr., has challenged us to a fitness wellness service 250 challenge to celebrate America's 250. You can do 250 miles. You can do 250 buddy checks. You can do 250 hours of community service. It can be anything. Just do something. And I'm challenging everybody here to 250 miles.
Let me ask
All right.
Jessica something.
Yes.
Jessica.
And, we'll get that into just a second.
Wait a minute
just
now.
a second.
Hold on. This concerns this. Jessica, you're still living in Virginia?
West Virginia.
West Virginia. Yeah, I know you guys are. Let me ask you this. You have a lot of programs out there that you do. Do you do anything like what Connie had just mentioned out there? Do you have a lot of that stuff going on?
We don't, unfortunately. We definitely have some programs out there, but there's not many. Unfortunately, there's just not too many.
Have you ever been to a DAV walk?
I have not.
Well,
I
we've
have
got
not.
one. If you ever want to come out, we've got one at the end of August, and we'd be glad to have you over there.
That's interesting.
And when is it again, Steve? You got the date?
Oh, not offhand.
Well, we'll certainly let you know. So that challenge, absolutely go to www.legion.org to sign up. You can go right off while you're finding that date, Steve. You can go right off of the homepage of our Legion page. And also, be the one to save a life. There's a virtual suicide prevention and connection to other people for our Legionnaires. It's free for everybody. You can also go to the Be the One virtual training right off the homepage as well and sign up for that.
And
Did you have that?
August 23rd.
August 23rd. We would love to have you, Jessica. And those are our announcements. And without further ado, I cannot wait to introduce our special guest today. Jessica Dawn Lynch, born April 26, 1983, is an American teacher, actress, and former United States Army soldier who served in the 2003 invasion of Iraq as a private first class. On March 23rd, 2003, she was serving as a unit supply specialist with the 507th Maintenance Company when her convoy was ambushed by Iraqi troops during the Battle of Nasiriyah. Lynch was seriously injured during the offensive and captured by Iraqi soldiers shortly afterwards. Her subsequent recovery by U.S. Special Operations Forces on April 1st, 2003, received considerable media coverage as it was the first successful rescue of an American prisoner of war since World War II and the first ever of a woman. Captured also with Lynch was Shauna Nairi Johnson, who was the first African-American woman captured as a POW in the history of the United States of America. And also captured with Shoshana and Jessica were Specialist Joseph Hudson, PFC Patrick Miller, Specialist Edgar Hernandez, and Sergeant James Riley. They were held together as a group in PFC. Jessica Lynch, who was held separately, is here with us today to talk not only about what she went through and her sacrifices, but what she's up to today. So, Jessica, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. How are you today?
Thanks. I'm really good. Yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy whirlwind of a summer already, but yeah, it's been good.
Well, you were here in 2014 in the studio, and it was Mr. Joseph Simoneto, who I mentioned in the show earlier at the beginning, and our wonderful Patrick O'Donnell, our founding host here, original founding host, who interviewed you. And Kemper, can you show a couple of those screenshots from that interview? And Steve, you were also a part of it too. They actually zoomed you in from your vehicle. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah. I remember that. That was when you came out for the tribute dinner.
Yeah, and there she is with Joe and Pat.
I got to put on my glasses.
And there you are, Steve, with your huge smile. Jessica, are you live streaming this? Can you see this?
Those back of my teeth were good.
Are you able to see the live stream of the show right now, Jessica? Did we lose her?
Jessica, are you there?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
yay.
Great.
Sorry about that. For some reason, it disconnected my microphone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's okay.
God,
Are
I
you
love
able to
technology.
live stream, though? Are you able to see the show right now?
No. I'm
You're
not on live stream.
Okay, we'll just describe what we're seeing. But
Maintenance over there.
maintenance. Yes, we're having some technical difficulties this morning. Apologies.
Jessica, give us a brief rundown. A lot of people already know your story about what happened when you were over there and how you became captured.
Yeah. So like she said, it was March 23rd, so 3 days into the Iraq War. And my convoy, unfortunately, was separated from the larger convoy. So at that time that we were ambushed, there were 33 of us, United States Army soldiers. So there was 33 of us and 17 vehicles. And like I said, we got separated from the larger unit. And so we drove into the city of Nazaria, and, we knew instantly kind of that we had made a huge mistake by turning into this city. But my commander and first sergeant made the decision that we were going to kind of move on instead of just kind of turning around right there at the entrance of the city. So we made it about halfway when we realized that, there were Iraqis starting to come outside of their homes. So they were, some of them were standing on top of rooftops. Some of them were just standing out in the, open. But they all had one thing in common, and that was they were carrying some kind of weapon. And at that point, my commander, first sergeant, made the decision, let's turn around, let's get back out of here. The first kind of half of my unit made it at least out of harm's way. And the back half of us, unfortunately, took the brunt of all of it. So I was in a Humvee at this point with 4 other soldiers. My best friend, Lori Payesoa, was driving. My first sergeant was in the passenger seat, and then two other soldiers sitting beside me. This was a four-person Humvee, so I was the smallest at the time. So we I kind of jumped up on top of like the transmission hump just to kind of get everybody inside and out of harm's way. We continued on and was making our way out of the city when we were hit by an RPG, a rocket-propelled grenade, on the right side of the vehicle, and it caused Lori to lose control, and we ended up slamming into the back of a disabled 18-wheeler tractor trailer.
What was the speed you think you guys were going when that happened?
Not extremely fast, because it was a Humvee.
Right. And
So
Jessica,
we
know that Lori lost her life. She's the
Yes,
first
correct.
first Native American hero to lose her life in Operation Iraqi Freedom. And actually, I believe, from what I've been reading, she is also the first Native American prisoner of war to have lost her life as well. And I just want to. I didn't mention her when I introduced everybody, but I was hoping to talk about this. I know she was your best friend. That's how it's been characterized when I read all of the news accounts of this. And do you keep in touch with her family? Are you close with her family to this day?
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. We go out and see them every March with the other POWs, so Shoshana, Pat, and Joe, and Edgar. So we go out there, we see the family, but I keep in contact with them all the time. I make sure, to call and check up on the kids, and I call them kids, and they're not even kids anymore. Her kids were 3 and 5 at the time of their death. So yeah, but they're
that's a
doing
shame.
absolutely amazing. But I keep in contact with the entire family, and I think that's just important to have. And they have a really special relationship with my daughter as well. So it's just nice to have an extended family from over there that we know that we can kind of just call and have that special bond with each other.
So all of you still get together?
Yes, correct. Yeah, absolutely.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're like everybody else. We have a text message group
Oh, that's
with
nice.
with each other,
Wonderful.
and we bust each other's bubbles and make sure that we just continue to laugh. And it's definitely the whole situation obviously wasn't laughable, but that's how we kind of cope and deal with with everything, is by just kind of keeping in touch and making sure that we have each other's back still.
Jessica, when you guys hit the back of that truck, what happened then afterwards, where you left off at?
Yeah, so I was knocked unconscious at some point during the before we actually hit. So I'm not sure exactly what all happened other than the reports that were given. So at some point I was knocked unconscious, and at that point the 3 men were shot and killed. According to the reports, obviously, they were shot and killed. Lori ended up passing later from head trauma. And, I woke up in the hospital. They were estimating about 2 to 3 hours after the ambush. So in between the time that I was taken to the Iraqi hospital and the ambush, the Iraqis had removed everybody from the vehicle, including all of our fallen heroes. So they were taken to a shallow grave site and placed there until the SEALs were able to dig them up and return them back home. But
I'm sorry to interrupt you. I noticed when I
question.
was reading about this, Jessica, 11 others died. And
Correct.
I tried to find their names online. The only person I could find is Lori's name. So I just wanted to have a moment of silence in honor of all of those who lost their lives that day. Just very briefly right now. Okay, excuse me for interrupting. Go ahead.
No. Thank you for that. Definitely. But yeah, so there was 10 and then plus Lori. But the Iraqis, they took Lori and I to one of Saddam's palaces where, and again, we know this because this is where my uniform and equipment was found. But they took Lori and I to the palace, and that is where they ended up kind of breaking and beating us. So they ended up snapping my right arm and breaking that. And again, we were able to kind of, through x-rays and everything, determine that, yes, it was snapped. But my back was broken at the fourth and fifth lumbar. That one, we are unsure of exactly how that happened. There's not really a way that we were able to determine that one. So the arm was snapped. I had a couple cracked ribs. I had a laceration at the top of my head. My left femur was broken, as well as my left tibia. So my left tibia had what kind of looked like indents from a metal pipe object that was found near my military gear.
Right. And by the way,
So-
Jessica, at this moment, I know you can't see this. We're showing a photograph of you being rescued with a neck brace on a stretcher.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that was obviously just for precautions. And so my neck was fine, but the back was obviously broken. Like I said, the left tibia and then the right foot was completely crushed and turned kind of to the side. So when the Iraqis jerked me out of the Humvee, my foot had actually got lodged underneath of the passenger seat from where I was unconscious. So I wasn't able to hold myself up. So anyways, my body pushed forward when we hit the back of that trailer, and my foot was lodged underneath of the passenger seat, but they kind of jerked it out, and my foot was turned sideways when I was rescued. So they were able to go back and kind of look at that and find that. But so yeah, after they took Lori and I to that palace, and of course, we're female, so I don't have to describe that, but you can imagine. And so I was I guess lying on this bed when I woke up, and I opened my eyes and I could see these Iraqi men standing over top of me, and at that point I knew something was wrong because I couldn't find any of my comrades. I didn't know where I was at. I was in extreme amount of pain, and I was staring at these Iraqi men. So I instantly, I became frightened, and I tried to jerk and move to get away from them. And at that point is when I realized that I couldn't feel anything from my waist down. And I thought I was paralyzed because I just couldn't move. I couldn't set up. I couldn't, feel anything. My legs, I didn't even know if they were still attached. Because they had this heavy kind of wool blanket laying over top of me. And with my right arm being broken, I couldn't move it. But anytime I would even slightly move because of the head injury, it was just an extremely amount of pain, especially in those very beginning of the days. After the days kind of went by, I became kind of numb, I guess you could say, like numb to the to the pain. Like I could feel the pain, but it wasn't as strong, I guess, because I realized that it was kind of just holding on to any kind of hope and pushing that pain to the side.
Wow. You know,
Yeah, so yeah.
I'm actually sorry to make you relive this for this show,
Oh,
and I thank you for your
no.
courage to do that. You didn't. So there, I had not had the opportunity to read your book yet. I'm a soldier
That's
too, the
okay.
Jessica Lynch story, but I am going to order it because we scheduled you so rather quickly within a few weeks. But
Yes.
you implied it earlier in your comments a few minutes ago. You're women. Were you? I know you were beaten. Were you also raped?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, sodomized. So, and it happens, unfortunately. And that's just, I hate to say it, but the reality of war, and that's what they do. And it's horrible, and it's shouldn't be that way, but it happens. But I deal with it the best I can, and it's definitely things that I am still struggling with today. But I don't know. I do the best that I can and just kind of push everything to the side. And, I know that my injuries, dealing with like the leg and the back and, just every day, getting up and putting on my leg brace because I have to wear an AFO, which is an ankle foot orthotic. But I have to wear that every day so when I was in the hospital with the Iraqis, so they, when I was still in the unconscious state, they actually took me down to the operating room and removed my femur bone out of my left leg. And they replaced it with a 1940s era rod that was fit for a man. I'm on the shorter side. I'm only 5'3", but they put this rod inside of my leg that was unsterilized and too long for the length of my actual femur bone. So I caught an infection, as you could imagine, by it being unsterilized. And I don't know. I mean, I laid there for days with this and rod inside of me. And at one point, the Iraqis actually took me down to the operating room and was going to amputate my leg. And I just remember begging and pleading with them. And, yes, I was crying because, again, I'm 19 years old at this time. I had about a year and a half of service and about, 1 year of actual active duty. And I don't know, it was just a frightening situation to find myself in it, not having my comrades, being completely alone, not being able to communicate with the Iraqis, because obviously the communication barrier there.
Oh, I bet that was
But
probably one of the worst things, was not being able to talk to anybody.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what I was. I just came back from an event, and that was one of the questions that somebody asked me, and I was like, yeah, it's definitely terrifying to not be able to communicate. And I know people say that, oh, I would love to not talk to anybody for a day or, go 24 hours or whatever, however they say it. And I'm like, yeah, it sounds great until you're actually in that position and you can't communicate. You can't communicate your needs or what you're wanting. I couldn't communicate with them about how I was hurting or if I needed this or that. And so it was definitely a terrifying situation, but one of the doctors that was down in the operating room with me could speak kind of what I refer to as broken English. So I could understand
Okay.
kind of bits and pieces of what he was trying to say, but obviously we couldn't hold a full conversation. But I remember him telling me that I needed to put the oxygen mask on and, kind of keep it on because I was fighting to, to get it off. But, he told me to keep the oxygen mask on and that they needed to amputate my leg. And, I just remember crying and just begging and pleading with them to please stop, just, kind of in that hopeful, I guess, wishful thinking of, just return me back to the Americans and they'll fix me when I get back home.
Right?
But yeah, right.
Just hold
Well,
on. They'll be here in a minute. Please don't touch nothing.
right. Please don't do it. But yeah, they did. They stopped. Again, for whatever reason, I don't know if they felt sorry for me or maybe if they just didn't know what they were even doing. But they stopped and kind of put me back upstairs. And, obviously they moved me around quite a bit to kind of keep me hidden. But I did stay in this one kind of smaller room. But I mean, even at one point, they took me and loaded me up into an ambulance, and they told me that they were returning me to an American checkpoint, and unfortunately, we never made it. I don't know if that story ever came true or not. I know that we talked about it in the media when I first came home and the book, but instead of ever making it to an American checkpoint, they took me to an abandoned building on the outskirts of town. Again, we were able to verify that where they took me, the electricity had already been shut off, and it was just kind of eerie because there was no noises, like there was nothing, there was no one outside, there was no even gunfire, there was no voices, so it was just I don't know, a scary, eerie sound. And I don't know which would have been worse, the complete silence that I was hearing, or maybe the sounds of somebody being out on the outside of the building. But it was completely kind of just silent. And the Iraqi men that were kind of with me, they put me inside of this building and they left. Eventually, they did come back and get me. But again, it was just kind of scary moments because I didn't know if I should lay there in silence and not say a word, and just kind of stay hidden, or should I scream and make noise in hopes that there would be some kind of American troops on the outside that would hear me and get to me quicker. But I not obviously, but I clearly stayed silent in fear that there would be Iraqis on the outside, the militiamen or Fedayeen troops and those were the hands that I did not want in. So I lay there in silence and just kind of hoped and prayed and did the best that I could. And eventually those Iraqi men came back and got me, took me back to the hospital. And I lay there until eventually on April 1st, the American troops were able to locate me inside of the building and get me out of there. So
Were they
yeah.
told that you were there, or how did they find you? Do you know?
So the story is, and again, I don't know how accurate it is,
Yeah.
but I'm just very thankful either way. But apparently, one of the nurses that worked inside of the hospital, her husband was a lawyer, and he walked to one of the Marine that were stationed kind of on the outside of the city, and he went and told them where that I was located, that he had saw me. And again, I don't know how accurate or true that is, but I met the guy. I did get to meet him and his family afterwards. They brought the government, I guess, brought brought them over to the U.S. And so I did get to meet them for a brief, second. They kind of let me say hi and thank you. So that's the story, that they were able to locate me and get me out of there. And I actually got to meet the PJ, which is a pararescue jumper, who was standing beside of my bed on the day that I was rescued. And he ripped the American flag patch off of his uniform and placed it in my left hand. And I remember him saying, that we're Americans and we're going to take you home. And so just about a month ago, I got to meet him for the second time. I don't really remember the first time, other than those few key details, because once they got me out of the Iraqi hospital and into an awaiting helicopter, at that point is when I kind of blacked out, and because I knew I was safe at that point. I knew I was safe, and I just kind of, once they got the medicine and the IVs and stuff going inside of me, I just I was goner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jessica, I just looked online at this gentleman, this lawyer you're speaking of, and I'm going to massacre the pronunciation. I apologize. Mohammed Ode Al Rahef. And it says that he, because of his pivotal role in rescuing you, was granted refugee status by the United States of America.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, should be.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
Good.
And it also says, I don't know if this is true, that he walked 6 miles to alert the U.S. Marines of your location and then was sent back to gather more information.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, what a lifeline to you.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. And, again, I don't know how true and accurate those are either, but, I don't care at this point. I'm
Right?
very thankful
You're
for
here
what
now.
Right.
Thanks to him.
And it is, absolutely. So I'm very grateful for him and his sacrifices that he did do. So I, obviously I did take the time to go meet him, and I have absolutely no idea where he is located now here in the country. I have no idea.
Well,
But
he risked his life for you.
yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. And he was very gracious to, want to meet me as well. Once we were both back here in DC, because that's where I was taken, was Walter Reed Army Medical Center. And
did they take you first to Germany or some European?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, correct. No, absolutely. They took me to Germany, to Landstuhl, and that is where I had the back surgery, and I actually got to meet my surgeon who did the back surgery. He was from, I believe, oh gosh, I'm just going to say Arizona. I know it was Arizona, but I don't want to mess up the city, so I'm just gonna. But he was awesome, and I don't know, it's just something about meeting your surgeons, or again, like this Iraqi lawyer afterwards, the PJ, that there's just something about taking that step forward, and I don't know, it's just makes you feel so good that those people were there and that they were wanting to help.
How long were you in Germany, Jessica?
I was in Germany for about 12 days, so almost 2 weeks. And that was for the back surgery as well as the left femur. So once I got to Germany, they were able to remove that infected rod and put in a nice, clean, sterilized rod inside. So I had the back surgery as well as the left femur, and then everything else was left for Walter Reed once I got back here to the States to be fixed. But yeah, it was It was quite a time. I don't remember too much about Germany. I'm just going to be honest. It was a lot of kind of in and out moments of I knew I was safe, and that was kind of my, I don't know, finally get to sleep in peace.
Well, you were probably like trying to stay awake when you were captured, just to
Yeah.
know what was going on.
Yeah. Yes, correct. And especially after they took me down to the operating room, you fight the sleep, and I did the best that I could, obviously. I mean, I tried not to close my eyes again because I didn't know what they were going to do to me. But obviously, I mean, I was in captivity for 9 days. At some point, there was definitely times where I had to close my eyes and kind of get a little bit of sleep, but it was a lot of fighting it and staying awake, and especially when there were people around me. Those were the times where I wanted to make sure that I was awake and alert.
I gotta say, I've heard you speak a couple of times, and I absolutely love how you're able to be open about your situation, but you can also be cheerful about it. And granted, it's probably not easy, and it's probably taking you a long time to get to this point. But it's nice to hear that you're you sound good. You sound okay.
I am actually. I mean, yes, it did take a little bit of time to kind of overcome everything that I had went through. But I don't know. It was just surrounding myself with a very supportive group of family and friends, and my community was absolutely amazing. So I think that definitely helped. And unfortunately, I know that not all of our injured military men and women that come home have that support system.
Yeah.
And I think that definitely was one of the things that helped me kind of recover a little bit.
And that support
Sooner and-
system,
and
I really
better.
want to talk about that right now, Jessica. We're showing, by the way, a picture of your boot
And
camp
you look
picture.
like a baby.
Oh, look at
Yes, look at that. And I want to focus on that support. And it touches me. You're still in touch with Shoshana and the others. That's what really matters right now. And you're all helping each other heal, and the world, as we watch you go through all this. We watch you, we hear your horrible stories of moral injury. You're all heroes. You're helping us. And naturally, most of us don't go through these absolutely horrid experiences you have. But by your strength and overcoming this, you're really giving us hope. And I want to focus on that connection because, as you know, Shoshana was on the show about 5 weeks ago. We hosted her via Zoom as well. Yes. And Shoshana was POW for 22 days and was rescued by the Marines. But I want to show a photo of you getting awarded the Bronze Star, Prisoner of War Medal, and Purple Heart Medal. And let's bring that back, Kemper. That's Shoshana, the day she was rescued. Those are the two Marines, and she still keeps in touch with the one who was holding her right arm and telling the press to get out of the way. And Shoshana now is she's healing. She's healing the world by cooking. She's a cook. And that's what she did in the service, and she's continuing to feed the world. And Jessica, let's show that photo of Jessica getting awarded those medals. There you go. Yeah, I know you can't see this live stream, unfortunately.
Did you ever get Spec 4?
Do what? I'm sorry.
Did you ever get E4?
I did not. I think I was the only one that did not.
Man,
Now
they
I-
at least gave you special.
Oh, man.
I read that you were because of your experiences.
POW
You were
status.
you were made a specialist from a PFC. Is that not true?
No,
Okay.
no. I did not. But I had just gotten my PFC in, I think it was like October or so of 2002. So I wasn't actually time for a promotion. But again, I had just went into service. So it was September 19th of 2001. So by the time I got all of my, your basic and AIT training out of the way, I had gotten to Fort Bliss of February of 2002. And of course, all of this happened in March of 2003. So I was almost a little less, I guess, by the time they discharged me, a little less than 2 years in of actual service time.
Right. Now
But I was okay with that. But yeah,
we're running out of time. I want to bring on somebody very, very special who just actually got to the studio.
Actually, he was there at the same time.
So let's bring on Commander Tommy O. Penson. Oh, come on, Tommy, come on in, and we got a handheld mic, and Leslie, come on, let's both have a seat over here. And while they're getting ready, you'll use a handheld for now to talk. And Tommy, we've got a headset for you. Kemper, maybe we can do just a quick sound check. Jessica, this is a gentleman in Northwest Indiana who is actually with your unit. His name is Tommy O. Penson, and he was there. He was there with your unit. He is our outgoing American Legion District 1 commander, Tommy. Have a seat. Have a seat. We're running short on time. Let's just have a seat so we can make sure that you can talk to Jessica. Welcome to the show. This is Leslie. Hello, Leslie. Leslie Fernandez. This is going to be Leslie is our new female co-host from my post 16, the American Legion. And Tommy, have a seat. Get that mic on there, and we'll do a little sound check on you. So Jessica, I know you've done a lot with your life. I've been reading about you. I can't wait to read your book. I remember when you, I don't remember when you were here in 2014, but I watched your interview with Joe Simonetto, Steve, and Pete and Pat.
Well,
and
let Jessica tell us what she's doing with her life now.
That's about what I was going to ask her, Pat.
Let her tell you.
So I'm introing it.
Come on.
So.
No, girls, you're fine. So there's so much going on. So right now I am also working for the state of West Virginia, the West Virginia Department of Veterans Assistance. So I'm their women's veteran program director. So I kind of oversee all of the women in the state of West Virginia. So I love being able to help our veterans. But also, I'm motivational speaker. I have the bachelor's in elementary education. And my daughter just turned, well, not just turned, but she turned 18, graduated high school, and getting ready to leave for college.
Wow, time sure goes by quick.
It sure does.
I remember when you made the speech out here, and the child was like young, and now all of a sudden it's out of high school. So you're doing a lot of things in Virginia right now, and you're still teaching school, correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, West Virginia.
West Virginia.
The other Virginia state.
He keeps saying Virginia.
He doesn't know there's two of them.
And we're running short of time. We have 8 minutes left to the show. So let's have Commander Penson. Commander Penson, welcome back to the show. You've been on here many times. Tell us what you remember of that day.
Need a sound. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
we
you.
can hear you. You're
She
good.
just asked you a question. We only down a few minutes now, Tommy. About that day.
Sorry.
I know construction.
being so late here.
It's okay.
How you doing, Specialist Lynch?
Hi, I'm good.
Well, I want to give a shout out because I'm not here to bash or be negative on anything that happened in Iraq. To some very important members, I want to thank Connie for having me back on here, and Steve Bramer, who was in Iraq. My thing is, we have some falling heroes here, posts or the district, Mike Wooden and Jim Richardson. They are in a couple of dilemmas, and I want to thank District 1 for allowing me to be the first black commander of Lake County, Northwest Indiana.
Thank you, sir.
Jessica, wish you well. It's a shame that Miss Johnson, who I've got an article on, has not traveled with you closely in your getting captured in Iraq. But let's remember, it's two sides or three sides to every story. Story number one, yes, I was there. 685th Transportation Unit with the MOS on combat explosive ordnance. When the news came out that you and Miss Johnson was caught, I believe you was traveling behind 685th Trans and wasn't able to have or alert your superiors or convoy commanders of such an incident. When we spoke first time meeting, you were visiting Lake County, Indiana at the Hard Rock Casino. And me and you talked about the mission that, and you showed a movie at our November appreciation for veterans. Wish your family well in your mission to strive in what you're doing. But my military service is not over. Never will be. I tried for my master sergeant. I had problems just like any other vet over in Iraq. I do have a wife, no kids, and I am currently a black cowboy. Been that since 1975. But I like to see more unity with you and Miss Johnson as a whole being part of the military. There's too much hatred going out here as it is.
I believe Jessica and Shoshana are great friends.
We have to stick together.
Yeah, no. Shoshana and I don't have any.
Yeah.
We don't have any beef or hate against each other.
I can't hardly hear.
With her, yeah, she's just over in El Paso still, where I live in West Virginia. So not all of our events definitely sync up, but we meet up with each other. We keep in contact and text and call each other. So there's definitely no hate between Shoshana and I.
Yeah, that's one thing that we really talked about on the show when Shoshana was on. You're all connected and getting through this all together. There's no animosity, and you're healing each other and all of us, and we're ever so grateful for that. So Commander Penson, they're dear friends, and it would have been great if we could have had them both on the show at the same time, but with their schedules, I did try to do that. It's kind of difficult to have people on the show at the same time, and it would have been great if Shoshana could be on here with you. We're just honored to have both of you, and thank you. I thank you both for what you're doing to help heal everybody. And I can't even walk in hopefully never walk in your shoes. I actually never will, because I'm 59 and there's no way I'm going back into the military. I'm too old and they don't want me.
Never say never, man. Everybody's got goals.
I guess there are. But by the grace of God, I've been spared that. So, and
I'd like to add before Connie and before the show over there, Miss Lynch, one more gesture of your getting captured over there. Since a lot of us military reservists got caught up in the stop loss.
Yeah. Can you not hear? Your audio still needs to. Can you hand Tommy? His
audio's working.
Is his working?
Mine's
Okay.
working now.
What's the issue, Kemper? You can't hear who?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's receiving, or you can't receive
receiving?
it. It's
Okay.
we're getting it. Yes.
We're getting it now. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Commander Penson.
Thank you. So since we was on a stop loss, Miss Lynch, while we were over there, a lot of the reservists, I don't know how qualified you were in your MOS, but I hold 5 MOSs. Well trained as the Sergeant First Class, retired. Thank you for serving. Thank you for coming home. Because as I lost soldiers in my own unit, It's been a blessing that I was able to come home and get married and not have too much of issues mentally, but I do. Just keep up the good relationship with Miss Johnson and try to elevate the young adults who wish to go in the military. Do not steer them away from not going to serve our country. Because military for me is still going on in the American Legion in Northwest Indiana and throughout the states. So God bless you and have a blessed day.
Thank you. You too.
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And thank you for your service. But, absolutely, I know we're running out of time. But yeah, absolutely. I encourage everyone that is capable and willing that want to go into the service. I definitely encourage them to. It's one of the greatest kind of opportunities that you will get. You're in there and you're meeting people, and I wouldn't have met people like Lori or Shoshana, Joe, Edgar, Pat, without my military service. And yeah, thank you.
Jessica, you're doing just fine. I can't wait to meet you in person. Thank you for everything, for all of your what you went through and what you continue to go through, reliving your moral injuries. I know it can't be easy, and I'm not speaking from experience. I have my own. We all have our own service trauma, but what's important is to keep doing it and keep. When you don't wear the uniform, keep serving, and that's what you're doing. That's what we're all doing here. And I want to thank you. Thank you so much. I hope we can meet someday in person. We're going to go a little bit over, a couple minutes over. I know that we're getting cut off on the radio right now. Kemper, we're just going to go a couple minutes over. Jessica, I know you have another Zoom you had mentioned
Yes.
that you needed to go to. Can you stick around for one more minute?
Yes, I can do
Okay,
that.
great. Closing thoughts for Jessica as we say
I'd like
goodbye?
to say it's good talking to Jessica again. Jessica, you hang in there. Be tough. We'll meet again, and we'll talk again probably in the next year because I travel a lot now.
Yes.
And Jessica, you're an inspiration to all the veterans out there.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you for coming on today. And, we absolutely love you up here in Northwest Indiana. You've been up here a couple times, and it's awesome to hear your story. And I can guarantee you that your story being out there has helped some people, some veterans out there. So continue to do the good work. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks.
Briefly, Commander
To
Benson.
Connie on the radio station, you'll probably air next Friday. By the way, this is Buffalo Soldier Month.
Oh,
Is
is it? We'll discuss that on the show on Friday. Next
As I
Friday.
told you a lot of times, I'm not going to let it drain away and go away.
Right, and
July
closing thoughts
20
for Jessica Lynch, sir. We're low on time.
God bless you, and do your thing, ma'am. That's all
Thank
I can
you.
say.
You
Do
too.
your thing.
And I want to briefly introduce our new co-host from American Legion My Post 16, Leslie Fernandez. Leslie, I want to welcome you to the show. Leslie will be co-hosting for the first time with us next Friday. And welcome to the show, Leslie.
Thank
It's
you
go-
for giving me the opportunity to come
Yeah.
on the show and represent
She needs
the
a mic.
world's greatest Navy. Oh,
Can you try
Thank
moving
you.
the?
Yeah, we'll transfer it. Okay. There you go.
okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you for the invite. First of all, I appreciate the invite to come to the show and represent for the U.S. Navy. I know you all joked me this morning when I came in.
Yeah, that was
but,
me. Sorry.
You need a sailor's point of view, and I'm here to give you all that. Thank you. I did 8 years in the Navy. I served primarily in Norfolk, Virginia. One helicopter minesweeping squadron, which was HM-12. That was my first command. Second command was the USS Vulcan, which was a repair ship. Third command was the USS Hunley, a sub tender. We repair submarines. But I was an electrician's mate, so I worked on board down in the hole and everything. But thank you for the invite, and I
Yes.
can get into it more later. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much. We can't wait to have you next week, Leslie. And thank you, everybody. Jessica, thank you for accommodating us a
Thank
few
you.
minutes after. I know you have to run.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for honoring
Thank
us with your
you.
presence this morning and for everything you're doing to heal our United States of America. God bless everybody. This is the United States of America. Let's go out, be kind. Everybody's going through something right now. It's a difficult time for all of us. Be kind no matter who you come across. Hoorah!
Hoorah.
Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you. Bye.
God